to do today, my friends, to forgive, to heal, to grow. We have, as always, an opening prayer to begin with, and I'd like to invite our prayer chaplain, Karen Mulholland, to come up and pray. Lead us in prayer.
You do this correctly.
You just put it in your ear.
Okay.
Put it on the other ear because it's back the other way. Okay. And you can stand in the middle. There you go.
Technical difficulties. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Let's take a moment to find the quiet place within, whatever that looks like for you. Let us give thanks for the day and for this gathering and for a knowing that we are a group of those moving towards justice and peace in the world. Help us to see this new year as an awakening for all. Help us to know that those who are suffering have hope and are blessed by the kindness of others. Help us to remain in the light, even in times of great darkness. Help us all to make the world a better and kinder place. And so we ask in God's name, amen.
Okay, thank you, Karen. Karen is available for one-on-one prayer support immediately after the service. Additionally, if you have a prayer request and you don't feel comfortable sharing with the group or with Karen, I invite you to fill out a prayer request and put it in the prayer box in the foyer. And those prayers will be honored for 30 days. We pray with them within the prayer chaplain team and then send them on to Silent Unity. And now I'd like to invite you to join me in our mission statement. Together, Unity of Hagerstown, a welcoming community, embraces spiritual awakening through affirmative prayer and meditation, creating a positive path of abundant living for all. And now we have the reading of the daily word with Helen.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Excellent. Okay. Let go, let God. As the year draws to a close, I reflect upon the joyful times as well as the lower points of the past several months. In a prayerful moment of contemplation, I feel gratitude as I accept all of it. I may have laughed and cried, celebrated and grieved, but I made it. As days turn into weeks and weeks into months, I have met the year's events with faith and have grown resilient. Now it's time for me to let it all go as I prepare to begin again. I take the lessons of the past 12 months, their joys and sorrows, and prepare myself for the new year. I let go and let God as I spiritually surrender my hopes and dreams and even my fears. I am divinely guided and infinitely blessed. I step boldly and bravely into a year that is mine to live to the fullest. And the scripture is from Psalm 4, verse 5. Offer right sacrifices and put your trust in the Lord. Please join me in the affirmation on the screen. With a grateful heart, I bid the year farewell. Take a deep breath. Remember the joys and the sorrows. Take it all in. And again, with a grateful heart, I bid the year farewell.
Thank you, Helen. And now we have another song with Brent and Patty.
Why ask for anything more? I follow where my open door. I've always been a seeker, felt I was alone. Now in this room full of smiling faces, I know I found my home. This is where joy lives, this is where love is, this is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. Here in this place I'm accepted, I'm welcome just as I am. I'm ready to be inspired, to reach out a helping hand. This is a new beginning, I trust in the mystery. Now that my heart is open, there's no place I'd rather be. This is where joy lives, this is where love is, this is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. This is where joy lives, this is where love is, this is a place where I am strong. This is where eyes meet, where kindred hearts beat. I am right where I belong. I am right where I belong. I am right where I belong.
Cha-cha-cha. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. So we have a moment or two to greet our neighbors with a handshake, a howdy, a hug if you are a hugger. If you are not a hugger, be forewarned, this group generally is, so just put your hand out real quick, okay? So let's greet our neighbors, say hello, not the life story, just a howdy, okay? And at this time, I'd like to welcome everybody watching us virtually on Facebook or YouTube, no matter when it is. Hi, how are you? Yes, and I also would encourage you to get a piece of paper, an envelope, a pen or writing utensil, and a smaller piece of paper as well. We're going to do a burning bowl ceremony today, and so you'll need either a candle that you can take outside or a fire pit or a fireplace. Thank you. Was that enough instructions for you? Was that long enough? So my friends, if you can hear my voice, please be seated. If you can hear my voice, please be seated. Hello, my friends, please be seated. If you can hear my voice, please be seated. Please be seated, and we can continue the conversation after the service. Something to look forward to, my friends. Yes, thank you so very much. So before we get started, I want to make sure everybody has what is needed for this service. Does everybody have an envelope, a piece of paper, the blue cloud stationery, and a smaller piece of tracing paper, as well, one more thing, a writing implement? Does everybody have that? If not, raise your hand, and our greeter will come around and give you what you need. Any more what? Okay, so give them the paper, and if you don't have the paper, what you can do with these, if you don't have an envelope, okay, is to fold it in half, and when we place the envelopes there, just fold this up with your name and address on it. Okay, if you don't have an envelope, and I will not read the letter that you have written, I will place it directly into an envelope, okay? Who's missing an envelope? Because we have a couple here. Anybody else need one? Because I have one here. Okay, are we all set? Does anybody else need an envelope? I guess we're all set. Yay. Okay, that was easy. Okay, very good, very good. Okay. I I have a lot of papers going on here right now. So imagine getting ready for a trip, one that you've been looking forward to for a long time. The day is approaching. You decide to pack. You take out your overnight case and you fill it up and go, oh man, I've got more stuff I want to bring. And so you bring out a suitcase and you fill that up and you say, I still have more junk I want to bring. So you bring out a trunk and you fill that up. It's like, what? I can't live without this stuff. This is all the stuff that I need. This stuff helps define who I am. This baggage, though, is starting to weigh me down. What am I going to do with all these items that feel essential? How am I going to let them go? Well, on our spiritual journey, my friends, we are invited to examine our attitudes, our beliefs, and our actions and see if they still serve our highest good. And if not, to release them, to let them go through that power of Spirit within us so that we might make room for the life abundant. So we unpack things that we've packed. We bless them, the things that we have outgrown, things that have served their purpose, and we allow them to be released. Ernest Holmes tells us it's the great negations of life that we have to surrender, the doubts and fears and uncertainties, the coldness and unkindness, the lack of love. In other words, anything that says no to life, we let go so we might embrace this life here and now more fully. And we do this in different ways. We do this probably without even thinking about it when we go through our physical belongings and release things that no longer fit or no longer work for us in any way. We do it on an emotional level when we let go of resentments, when we let go of the need to control things. We do it on a spiritual level through forgiveness. You know, often our beliefs that we hold become a habit, or hanging on to them. We become attached. We become addicted to those beliefs, and we don't want to release them. We want to think that they're it for us. We may have tried to release. We may have tried to change a behavior before in the past with little or no success. But this time can be different. This time we can remember it is not I who does the work, but the Father within, the Spirit within, the great I am within. Richard Rohr tells us all great spirituality is about letting go. It trains us in both detachment and attachment. Detachment from the passing so we can attach to the substantial. Letting go of the relative so that we can hold on to the absolute. So perhaps things can be different today as we learn to let go, not through our own willpower. You know, social science has shown us, that's alliteration. Try saying that 3 times real fast. Social science shows us that the personal willpower is ineffective in changing our ways. In fact, one article I read not too long ago said that relying on willpower is a recipe for failure. And anybody who's made a New Year's Eve resolution only to break it within 24 hours or 2 weeks knows this, right? Yeah. So maybe we start, and if you came here with a list of things that you want to release, that's great. I just want to invite you to consider something else as well, and starting with forgiveness, forgiving ourselves. You know, in this culture, we are much in the habit of blaming ourselves when we make a mistake, or thinking that we are unworthy, thinking we are unlovable. So if we begin with acknowledging that we are holding some resentment against ourselves, some hardness around ourselves, towards ourselves, then acknowledging the feeling and feeling it, not bypassing it, not skimming over it, but actually allow yourself to feel it. Feel where it is being presented in your body. Feel what other emotions and thoughts are coming up around it. We feel it to heal it. And sitting with that, see if you can see or sense the underlying belief that is there as well. For instance, if you've had some aggressiveness in behavior towards others, the underlying belief may be one of fear. If you've had been berating yourself for mistakes that you made, maybe you were trying to get your needs met. See what is underneath it all. Tara Brach teaches that it's usually some form of forgiveness or love that we need. Now, we might, throughout this ritual, if things become uncomfortable, there's a self-soothing technique of just slowly rubbing your chest to calm down, to stay with the feelings. Or you might picture hand on hearts, sending love to yourself. Or if it's helpful, feeling the love of the universe enfold you. Letting in forgiveness frees us to love without holding back. Brach tells us our vengeance against ourselves for what we've done wrong is a lazy form of grief. When we've done stuff that's been hurtful, we need to grieve it, to allow ourselves to feel forgiven and know it's not our fault. When we really get that it's not our fault, we become more responsible. We are able to respond from a wise and intelligent place. It's not our fault. I believe that when we know better, we do better. When we have the tools, they have become embodied, not just intellectual understanding, but we have used the tools of forgiveness, of letting that flow of love come through us, then we do better. When we know better, we do better. And then we move away from isolation or separation into that idea, that divine idea of oneness, at-one-ment, atonement. Now, this may involve reparations. That's something for you to decide. That's something for you to do, if it does. In an African tribe, when somebody violates the culture of the village, they have that individual stand in the center of a circle made up of all the other villagers, and one by one the villagers tell that individual something good about them. Maybe they said something, maybe they did a kindness for somebody or a generosity. They tell them a story about something good that they did, and the individual comes back to remembering who they are. It's through the strength and power of spirit within that enables us to make these changes in our behavior, in our thoughts, in our beliefs. It is our I am within us. The energy we need to release comes in direct proportion as we are willing to surrender our personal will to spirit and allow our higher self to guide us, that inner wisdom to guide us. So this is why we have this burning bowl ritual. And we have, it's two parts, and I'll explain it a little bit more in a bit. But first we write down the things that we want, first we get centered. We go within, and then we write down what our heart tells us we need to release. We have a fire pit out in the front, outside, that you can actually burn that paper if you want. And then you come back in, and on the blue cloud stationery, you write a stream of consciousness letter from your higher self, from God to you. Put it in the envelope, address the envelope, seal the envelope, put it in the basket up there, and at some point in the next year, it will be mailed to you as a reminder. Okay, so we follow the burning bowl ritual with writing a letter affirming our goodness. Hafiz tells us, write all that worries you on a piece of parchment, offer it to God. Even from the distance of a millennium, I can lean into the flame in my heart, into your life, and turn all that frightens you into holy incense. The burning bowl ritual is symbolic of not only a way to cleanse our lives, to let go of the mistakes and regrets of the past and move on, to let go of the wounds that may have been there for decades, unfulfilled expectations, mistakes, or situations that are keeping us from living our best life. The fire in that burning bowl symbolizes transformation as the paper that you write something on is transformed from one form to another. Just as in our lives, we take the fears and the limiting thoughts and release them through the power of I am, through the cleansing fire of spirit, creating a new life. The energy of creativity is like a fire that transforms all kinds of obstacles into opportunities for dynamic new growth and advancement. And at this point, perhaps we can get the fire started, Blaine. Thank you. So we are purifying our hearts by releasing the regrets, the unforgiveness, the wounds. And we're taking down those walls that keep us feeling isolated and separated. It takes a lot of energy to keep those walls up. It takes a lot of energy to keep fears hidden, mistakes hidden. But now's the time to take that energy and consciously choose to use it in another way, in a life-embracing way, if you will, to turn your thoughts to the truth of who you are, a divine expression of God. You are the beloved of God. So as I said, after you center yourselves and write down what your heart is telling you to release, and you burn it if you want to burn it. Now, for those who may not want to get up and go outside, you can certainly just tear that paper into little pieces if you want. That's fine too. Yes, Ann?
There are some people that did not get the little paper, and so we have some alternate.
Okay. So just let it be known if you need any of this. So, okay. Okay, so, and then you come back and you write that letter from your innermost wisdom, and you write it kind of in an easy way, stream of consciousness, if you will, not trying to force anything or make things up. Just let the words come to you. You could always begin with, I am now free from whatever it is that you've released, if you need a way to get started. So when we let go of something, we want to replace it with something. The universe abhors a vacuum, right? So we want to replace what we've released with the most life-affirming words that come to you in the letter. And as I said, the letter will only be seen by you, even if you don't have an envelope, or you can fold it up and put your address on the envelope or on the outside of the paper, put it in the basket. And you access your higher self, and you can do this by asking, what does my deepest wisdom want to communicate to me now? So at the core of this ritual is being still, allowing your heart to tell you what to release, and then allowing spirit within to tell you what to say in the letter, basically. We'll be playing music at this time. In fact, we'll start with a song by Brent and Patty, followed by a Sanskrit chant, Om Namah Shivaya. Yes? Did you see? No? Okay. So this chant has layers of meaning, and it's one I think that is kind of perfect for this particular day, this ritual. Om, the universal consciousness. Namah is I bow. Shivaya, or referring to Lord Shiva, but really it's referring to the qualities of Shiva within you, representing the beautiful, the innocent part of you, as well as the destroyer, not in a negative way, but destroying attachments to long-held beliefs, to release the addictions of those thoughts. And you're thinking, addictions to thoughts? Whenever you have one that keeps going around and around? Does anybody experience that? Might be something you're addicted to. I don't know. So, and then there'll be meditation music throughout. So this time of meditation and the ritual is, it's probably about 15 minutes all told. If you do not finish your letter, you can certainly take it home with you, put it in the envelope, squirrel it away someplace that you don't look very often, and you'll come across it at just the right time. I know. This is what I do, instead of mailing me a letter. So, okay. So let's Let's go ahead and begin. We'll have Brent and Patty start playing, and then I'll do a little bit of a guided meditation and move into the chant.
Let the peaceful waters tumble down my soul. Let me live in this moment, watch it all unfold. Let this joyful feeling come from deep inside and lift my spirit closer to the light. Oh, 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 I'm letting go. Oh, 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 I'm letting go. I'm gonna roll with the tide, surrender to the highs and lows, to the pull of the moon and the ebb and flow. I'm lost in the stillness of a silent prayer, just the movement of breath and a heartbeat there. Oh, 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 I'm letting go. 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 Let this peaceful water tumble down my soul. Let me live in this moment, watch it all unfold. Let this joyful feeling come from deep inside and lift my spirit closer to the light. Oh, 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 I'm letting go. Oh, 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 I'm letting go. Oh, I'm letting go. Oh, I'm letting go. Oh, I'm letting go. Oh, I'm letting go.
As we continue to move into this stillness, asking our higher self to reveal that which is calling out to be healed in our lives. to show us what blocks are in place to the infinite love of God, and to give ourselves the gift of forgiveness, freedom from the past. So I invite you to close your eyes, if you will, or gaze softly down on the floor or in front of you. Paying attention to your breath, letting the thoughts calm, trusting that you will be guided in this process. Asking, what do I need to release? What do I need to forgive? For some, it may come right away. For others, it may take a while. And this is not a race. And just stay with your heart. What do I need to release? What do I need to forgive in order to be that vessel for God? In order for that love to flow through me? In order to be peace on earth? What do I need to release? What do I need to forgive? once you've completed your letter, if you would address the envelope and put it on the basket on the piano, and then when you come back to your seat, I invite you to hold sacred space for those who are still writing. That simply means staying in that meditative state, going to your heart, and just seeing that love of God surround each and every one here. Okay? Now, as we bring this time to a close, we'll have another song with Brent and Patty. You can continue writing, or you can take it home and finish it either way and bring it back next Sunday.
Open my heart. I am willing to be the change I wish to see. And I know it's all love. I am willing to listen to that still small voice in me. I am willing to open open my mind. I am willing to be the change I wish to see. And I know that it's all good. I am willing to listen to that still small voice in me. I am willing to open my life. I am willing to be the change I wish to see. And I know I can trust. I am willing to listen to that still small voice in me. Yes, I am willing to listen to that still small voice in me.
Thank you, Brent and Patty. So we have a moment now in which we can bless our offerings. And I invite you to take your gift in your hands as you say this, infusing it with love and energy, knowing that it helps keep the doors open here, and it is greatly appreciated. So together, if you will, join me in this statement. Abundant blessings flow to me and through me. I give thanks for the prosperity in my life. And as we bless these offerings and tithes, we are grateful indeed for the gifts and the givers, and we dedicate each penny to the work of this ministry. And so it is. Amen. And during the offertory, we have another song. Just pass it around.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, peace gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
Yes, I love it when she does that. Yeah. So real quickly, we do have a few announcements, and there are flyers for the events in January out in the foyer. But this first thing is not on there because it's something I just thought I'd add. A first day hike. The national parks are promoting this. And I thought if anybody wants to hike with me, 2 p.m. at Cushwa Basin tomorrow. What a great way to bring the new year in. And then on Wednesday of this week is our monthly sound bath, 7 p.m. It's a wonderful time, nice meditative healing time. Whitestone ceremony is next week, followed by the financial meeting. Okay, if you have interest in learning more about the finances here at Unity of Hagerstown, I invite you to stick around for that meeting. And the Whitestone is a great way to start the new year with intention, okay? And then the following Sunday on the 14th is our congregational meeting. And if you are a member and you have not yet renewed, the membership cards are all the way back in the sanctuary here. Please do so that you may keep in an active status, not inactive, but in an active status, yes. Burritos and Bible. If you're interested in metaphysical interpretation of the Bible, I invite you to join me in having burritos and looking at some of our favorite biblical stories, seeing what they can mean to us in a metaphysical way, learning to look with a metaphysical lens. Please sign up so we know how many burritos to provide. There is a $10 charge for the burritos. Okay, and that's followed by midweek service at 7 p.m. So 6 p.m. to 7 is the metaphysical Bible interpretation, and 7 p.m. to 8 is the midweek service. Men of Unity are meeting on the 18th at 6 p.m. All men are invited. It's a wonderful time, I hear. I've never attended. But I hear it's wonderful, so I encourage all men to attend. And on the 21st, which is coming up, not too far away, is our vision board workshop after this service as well. If you are able to and willing to, the tables need to be put away, the chairs need to be stacked for the sound bath on Wednesday. If you can't do it, don't worry about it. We'll get it done. But if you're able to lend a hand, that's always appreciated. And we have 3 volunteer opportunities. The first one is the second Sunday of every month for 2024 in providing hospitality, bringing in a little snack or two and cleaning up the kitchen, setting it up and cleaning up the kitchen afterwards. And then the other 2 are emptying the trash and running, we have a little sweeper, a carpet sweeper, running that over the carpet here on the 3rd Sunday and the 4th Sunday of each month for 2024. So if any of those are speaking to you, let me know, and we'll put you on the list. Thank you so much. So at this time, we're going to say goodbye to our beloved Facebook friends. We appreciate you. We love you. We see the light that you are. It always takes